Johnny Stephen here for IrishBoxing.com with promoter Mark Dunlop ahead of champions at the Europa tomorrow. Firstly, Mark, just the idea of a dinner show, what was the thinking behind that? Because they used to be fairly regular, didn't they?
Well, there hasn't been one actually in a long time. There's been lots of dinner shows for people doing like the white collar and all that sort of stuff, but with moving into the city, I wanted to try and attract new fans. You know, we've had a brilliant time up in the Dabneys. It's not over, we're still go back there. Just on this night that I needed, which is obviously the busiest night in Britain for boxing, because everywhere, you know, there's about 17 shows on this weekend all over. So, because you can only go certain dates, but with school holidays, with Halloween, everything. So tonight, I identified early on, this was the night, but obviously the Dabneys was booked that night. And I went to the Europa, I went to the Ulster Hall, and they just priced themselves out of the market for a small show like this. So I then came to Europa, and I decided, people were asking me was there anywhere they could get a meal before it. So I says, well, I'll put on a section with 60 seats in it for meals. Yeah. And the day that I released that, they were sold out. So then I says, well, I'll add another one, until it got to 160 dinner people sitting down for their dinner. So it's obviously a market that's there for it, if they get the right fights and the right clientele. Now, what I see it is you know, out of that 160, possibly 100 is new boxing fans who want to have, you know, new thing what I'm trying to do for these kids. So so that's how I ventured into that. But I had to cap it off, because obviously it's still the cost of a show. You know, one table at 10 is 20 seats, so we're obviously losing seating by putting tables in. But we're nearly there. We're nearly sold out, which is fantastic. And I'm also catering ringside and on reserve for, you know, the general public to come and enjoy it, and they'll come later on. So it's worked well. And
just can you run us through the show and the card?
Yes. Well, again, because of the dinner aspect of it, I had 5 fights. I lost D. Walsh through injury, and but they need to be 4. You know, so I've left me with 4. So one of 4 good fights rather than add anybody else on. And obviously, what's happening is now the guys are all moving up the rankings, so they're getting harder to match, and they're finished with 4-rounders, and they're about to really leave 6-rounders behind. So tonight we've got Joe Hayes doing a 4-rounder, his 3rd fight, and Joe's fight is it's a warm up basically, you know, for his first big Frank Warren fight in Dublin on the 7th of November. His opponent is durable. The 2 people pull out on him. One had a winning record as well, pulled out, and that's just the nature of the game. They get more money, or they get frightened, or whatever. But this kid's game, I looked at his record, and he's boxed 3 or 4 times away. He's went the distance, you know, with some really good contenders. So I'm hoping Joe gets the 4 rounds in. I know we all want to see the knockout run continue, you know, but I actually would like, you know, like a good 4-round workout. I don't want anybody falling over, and I don't think this kid will fall over. It's, you know, so it's good. It's good for Joe, and obviously on the.
And just on the Frank Warren link up, like obviously good for Joe. And but do you think it can help the other stable, the rest? Well,
of the stable? I've been talking, and there's other. I'm talking to 3 or 4 people now. I said this here in June, and it's the same thing. But now they're all, you know, they're all moving up in the rankings. They're all. I want to be careful. Like as I said, the deal that Joe got was, you know, fantastic. 10 fights, TV, you know, it's fantastic. And I was offered one for Tennyson, and I've been offered a couple of good fights for D. Walsh and a couple of good fights for Farsley. But these kids are all class. I want them to be fixed up properly on a long-term deal. I'm just not interested in one fight unless it's an away fight that the risk is worth the reward. So the door's open there, and it will. I think. You know,
do they get frustrated when you?
No, because it's just the way it is. They're all getting looked after. They're getting. I mean, like Tennyson's 2 belts, as you know, and they're 2 national belts. Farsley's got 2 belts, and if Paul wins tonight or tomorrow night, he'll have 2 belts. Obviously, Joe's only his 3rd or 4th fight, so they're all getting well looked after. The English kids are getting no more money than these are. You know, yes, they're getting the TV exposure, but that will come. You know, all of a sudden they're going to say, whenever Farsley's unleashed on the big scene, or Tennyson, you know, or D. Walsh, they're going to say, bloody hell, where's these kids come from? You know, let's have them. And then again, you know, like, the ball's in my court. And as I say, Farsley's fighting a 6-rounder. I wanted an 8-rounder for that, but I think this kid's fighting Kieran Bates in Dublin on the 6th of November, so
Oh, okay.
they didn't want an 8-rounder in case the kid gets stopped, although he's very durable. So we only got a 6-rounder. I wanted 3 8-rounders. So the other 2, Tennyson's an 8-rounder, and this kid who Tennyson's fought, I watched him in Hungary, and he gave the world number 6, Sol Bidek, everything for 10 rounds. He got stopped in the last round, and he went the distance with him again in a rematch. He's 11 stoppages, yes, but they're world-class opponents. So he will. And I actually watched this fight the other day. Actually, it's the first time in a long time I've got nervous about opponents for my fighters, which was like because so much is happening for Tennyson now.
There's a lot on the line for James, isn't it?
His game is a badge, and I'll talk about him in a second. But it was, he gave Gary Buckland a really good fight, and it was stopped after 3 rounds. And why that was stopped was it was mental. It was just wasn't a stoppage.
He's brought Willie Casey 6, hasn't he?
Yes,
as well?
he took Willie 6 good rounds. So that's what one. So that's why I upped the James is up to 8 rounds as well. So good, hard 8 rounds, get him ready for the British title. Which again, I was disappointed. We were almost told that he would be mandatory challenger for Ram Walsh's title. I've now since heard through a grapevine that they're giving Ram Walsh a mandatory, and Tennyson's been ordered to fight a Scottish kid, Darren Traynor, for a final eliminator. Which it doesn't matter. He's going to beat him. He's going to win. It doesn't matter whether it's home or away. If you've got the dynamite, it doesn't matter.
And how quick do you think you can get Walsh then?
Well, I have to get past this kid first.
And Trainer too, yeah.
And Trainer, but in between again, I have another fight lined up for Tennyson in November, and in November or possibly December, there'll be an away fight, and we have to come through them safely, which I'm confident we'll take it, as you know, and the Trainer fight is a great fight for James Tennyson.
Will you try and get that here?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to see if the Ulster Hall's booked. I've got to make a first bid, the same as everybody else. Tommy Gilmore, I'm sure, might want that in Scotland, so I think that will go all the way to purse bids, and we'll see who gets it. But to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter where it is. That fight is only going one way, genuinely, in my opinion. So it's a fight I would try and get as a warm up anyway.
Yeah.
The kid's 10-0, which is good for Tennyson.
Was it disappointing for him to beat Hughes and then be told he has to go through more? Or?
Like Hughes beat what's that kid's name? John Slowey. Slowey, who's
fighting Marco McCulley, yeah.
Yeah, soon. And, he beat him easy enough. And
he spoke well of James after the fight.
He did, and Tennyson was too much for him, for Hughes. So that's why he's in the position he is, He's still ranked higher than a British champion. So, sorry, what was the question? You've lost me.
I'm lost myself.
So basically, yeah. So no, Hughes is a good name. You say he spoke well of Tennyson, but Tennyson's a real deal. Let's be honest. I would call the Hughes fight a stoppage anyway. It was going that way. So
he said he was too strong for him.
I know. So it was a
But was afterwards? Did he think he was getting a British title shot straight away, or?
Well, he's fought 2. He's the only one that's fought 2 top 10 contenders, which at that time, Ian Bailey was in the top 10, and Chris Hughes was in the top 10. He was ranked above all them. He was the man who beat the man, if you know what I mean. So Tennyson is the man.
Yeah.
But he's 22, and that's the most exciting thing. He's got fists of dynamite. There's everyone's worried about him. That's why we've been pushed aside for a final eliminator. But it's not going to make any difference. He's still going to fight for that British title by I'd say 6 to 8 months he has to, because he will be ordered if he wins this, or when he wins this final eliminator. If I get that on, they'll have 90 days, I reckon, to face Tennyson. That's if they take it as well. I wouldn't take it. I'd be worried about someone like that many knockouts when due for a prospect.
And you'd be confident put him in against Walsh?
Any of them?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who. No. So.
But Walsh might bring TV and.
Well, that's sure. I mean, they've already asked me. I did speak to them about that fight.
Yeah.
Right, and they said they would try and make that, right. Obviously, that's you're giving it that. But what I'm saying is, I want it here. I want to have a go at the purse bids for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it here. So why fight for silly money when I can fight for good money here?
Yeah.
We've got the resources to do it. So no, it doesn't matter where or when. But every time, that's what I was going to say. Every week, Tennyson's getting stronger he's maturing. So time's on our side. It's nobody else's. All them they're getting on, aren't they? Every one of them, like.
Yeah, and just probably a quick word for D, who's not on the card.
Yeah.
Disappointing for him.
Disappointed because I was looking to, D's itching to move on. I just wanted to get that one more wee fight in. Well, he fought in G's been. He's had 7 fights in a year and a half. You can't say he's not been active. He's active as anything. It would have been fantastic to have, like, the 5 top kids on.
Yeah.
That's saying they're all, but the 5 ones that have all got good titles behind them and going the right way. And I was disappointed because I was saying, like, the British title's now vacant, and he could have been in the mix. You know what I mean? He could have been in the mix for that by now. So it puts us back maybe 6 months. One fight. That's how crazy it is. But if D wants it, it's her. I can get the big fights for him. It's a division that's wide open now for all, like that Jimmy Kelly, them all. They all want that. Whoever wants it most. You know what I mean? That's the way it is now. And like I say, D's ahead of them in terms of age and experience.
He's gone the British route, is he? Now
yes,
that he has.
we've done, like, we're not going to vacate the Irish title yet, but we'll see what's about. We'll give it another wee while, but the Commonwealth or British title, is what we're after now. It's just a stepping stone. That's the way it is.
And then just a final word again on tomorrow, why people should come out.
Yeah, well, Paul Hyland Jr., which we haven't spoken about. Paul Hyland Jr. has number 14 in Britain after 7 fights in a tough, tough division. Now, believe me, like, this kid he's fighting is no mug. He's a 7 weeks, 6-7 weeks training, the same as Paul has. Never been stopped. He's 20 years of age. He's like, he's improving. Do you know what I mean? So it's a really good battle. I know the coach really fancies it.
Their coach?
Yeah. Paul Hyland Sr., the dad, fancies it. It's got all the makings of a classic. I believe it will be a classic, and this is this kid's world upper title, world junior upper title. It's a cracking wee belt, and look what happened to the guy that beat Mark McCulloch. He's now number 9 in the world, rated and being offered all sorts of fights. They're just waiting for the big, it's just, what I mean.
It's a massive opportunity for him, yeah.
And it is for him, but it's also a massive opportunity for Paul to crash into the top 10. He's 25, so I'm hoping that they have Paul in British title contention, in 10 or 11 fights. Let's get this season, after this season, but out of them all, he's fought hard fights. He hasn't, I've done it deliberately because the experience he's got in 7 fights, I know lots of them haven't. He's more experienced than even James Tennyson's had, because they've all been real good hard battles, but then he's 25, but now he's ready for it, he wants it. I've never seen a kid train like it in my life, brilliant.
And as you say, next season he'd be on British level.
Well, I'm hoping so. We looked at the Irish title thing, and then we couldn't get anyone. I tried to get it for, this is what I tried to get, the Irish title for this.
Lightweight?
Lightweight, yes. And there was no one available. There's no one actually
qualified,
really.
Bates would be a good fighter, wouldn't it?
Well, he's fighting this guy who thinks that would be down the line, but now we're so high up the British rankings, I'd just rather push on, because obviously with the connection with Frank Warren as well, like, they've got some good intercontinental title fights there for Halo, and again, he's been busy. I think this is his 5th fight, is it? 5th fight this year, it'll be his 5th fight, and he's on the waterfront on the
November the 20th.
November the 20th on the cycling promotion show, and then that'll be him, 9 fights. So he's done. He's had a long, brilliant time. So then we'll see what happens next year, where he's going. But he excites me. That's the truth.
And then again, finally, just why should people come out tomorrow?
Well, to see the 4 top home prospects fighting in the city centre. There's no excuses. Everyone said about religion up in West Belfast, everywhere else. There's no excuses. It's the one in Europa. Tomorrow night there still is, £30 and £40 tickets available. They can pay on the door and come and watch some world class operators. As well as, I must like to mention as well about tomorrow night, it is a tribute to BJ Eastwood, who's created so many champions from Northern Ireland, and all around the world. So he wanted to come along, see what's happening with all the new kids coming through, which was a delight. And it's steamrolled from there. Dave Boy McCauley's coming along. Who else? Paul Hawkinson's coming over from Liverpool, his WBC featherweight champion. Eamon Loughran's coming along. He'd bring his belt. Eamon started with BJ. He said he told me himself it was he was never looked after like he was in that camp. Yeah, Hugh Russell's here obviously. There's loads John away. Then we've got local celebrities coming, Ulster rugby players, Irish rugby players. It's going to be a fantastic evening.
We look forward to it.
All right.
And have you chat to you
I'll take it
afterwards.
for you. All right.
Lovely. Thanks.
Thanks,
Mike.